Welcome back to paper 3 for Specimen 2020 for the web authoring part. So we're going to create a new folder and it is named TTS Web in your work area. We're supposed to name it TTS Web. So let's go back to our working area and create a new table and name it TTS Web. It's supposed to include the following files. One picture, 2 and 3. Okay, so we have to look for 3 pictures in PNG format. Here they are. Make sure the names are matching exactly with the papers over here. Then we have 2 text files and 1 CSS file. 2 text files and the third is the CSS file. So let's move them together all into the folder. Okay, so edit the TTS banner PNG image so that there is space in the same size as text above and below the text. It should look like this. So since the text over here is supposed to be exactly matching with the text over here, down here, or the space up and below supposed to be matching. Save it by using save it in the same name, but only the extension will be different. This time it will be JPEG instead of PNG. Let's have a look at the picture. Okay, the picture looks like this. What we need to remove all the above and below layers. So let's open the picture in Photoshop. Let's go to the cropping tool, Control and Z, Control and 0 to make it full size. And over here what we need to do is we need to get it till over here, and another side is still over here. Let's make sure of the picture. Okay, 2 lines below and 2 lines above. Looks good, and let's crop it till these lines. Okay, great. Press enter and here we go. Right now let's save it under the same name, only the extension will be JPEG. Okay, we're done with this. Nope. Here we go, we get the picture. Very matching. Okay. Place a copy of the TT banner JPEG image in your evidence document. That means we have to go to our evidence file and we have to write down the first evidence. Let's make it in bold and let's go to insert and choose the picture from our working area. Is the JPEG picture. Okay, great. Evidence 2, probably for later time. And let's go to the next question. Create a web page named TTS homepage in your HTML in your TTS website folder. So to do this, we have to open Dreamweaver and to create a new HTML file. Okay, and we have to make sure that it is saved in our working area. So we're in the working area in the same folder and the name is supposed to be TTS homepage.html. TTS, small letter for the rest, homepage.html. Let me make sure of the extension, yes, HTML, and save it. Okay, great. Let's carry on to the next question. This web page must work in any browser and contains a table with the structure as shown below. This structure. Okay, the width of the table is set in the style sheet, and the height of the rows will be set by their contents. So we don't need to set the height, we just need to look for the width, okay, which is mentioned over here, 600 pixel, and we need to create this table. So insert the text shown in bold. So before that we go to the next step, we need to create this table. Insert. Okay, before that let me split the page and let me make sure that my cursor is located in the body over here. If my cursor was here and I want to insert and I added the table or whatever I need elements to add, it will be added just over here or wherever my cursor is located. So better always to put the cursor in the body or in the right location. And let's add the table. Okay, so currently we're needing 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows and 2 columns. It's already 2, and the width supposed to be 600 pixel, which already mentioned. For the border thickness, it is mentioned that it's supposed to be no visible borders. That means it is equal to 0, and cell padding supposed to be 0, cell spacing supposed to be 0, and cell padding 10 pixel. Actually later we have to enter this. It's not compulsory to enter them here because later we're going to change them in the CSS file. So cell padding is 10 and 0. Okay, let's add it. So currently we got the table here. It is without any borders. One thing to always make sure that you're in the design mode rather than the live mode. If you're in the live mode, probably it won't be that much showing to you the details you need to. So better always to keep it in the design mode, and better to split it half into code and half into design, unless if you want to fully depend on the code or fully depend on the design. I prefer in this way to be splitted. Okay, let's make the structure. So let's merge the cells, the first row. To highlight the first 2 columns in the first row, click on right click and table and merge cell. Second row also the same. Third row, we don't need to merge the 2 columns, we need to merge the 2 rows over here. Okay, we're done with it, but we need to make sure that okay, right now we will start to follow the instructions over here. Insert the text shown in the bold. So whatever is bold here, we're supposed to insert it. So how we can support you is the first one. That's supposed to be set in H1. You can highlight this one and go to the format and select H1. Now we have the second one, it's supposed to be set in H2. Okay, it's over here. Am I correct? Yes. And it's supposed to be in H2. Okay. Replace the text in chevrons. Whatever we're given here in chevrons, we're supposed to replace it with the image and text as instructed. Okay, let's start with the first row. Insert it as banner, JPEG image here, add appropriate alternate text to the image. Okay, so the first place here, let's go and add the image. For the alternate text, we can write Tawara technology solution banner, solutions banner. That's supposed to show as a alt text in the image. Got over here. Okay. After that, how can we support you? It's already mentioned over here. Secondly, insert the PNG image here and add the appropriate text for it. So over here, insert image, TTS offer, and we add the alternate text for it, which seems to be the supports or services offered in the Tawara technology. Solutions, supports, and services. Okay, services, or according to the name, we can have an idea about the name, which is offers. Okay, that supports and offers. The next one, insert the text from TT text 1 and set it as T8 or as H3. Okay, we have this one, and we can copy the whole text and paste it over here and set it as H3. Okay, the next one we can, after that, we insert text from TT text 2 and put it as an ordered list. From this one, copy it and then paste it over here, and we have to put it as an ordered list, or we can go to insert and make it from an ordered list. Okay, we will see it is all made into one list. We can separate it according to the different. Scan your networks for problems, secure your backup, press enter, maintain your website, enter, manage your security, handle your software, and okay, it's all one sentence. So far so good. And okay, we're left with the last two rows over here. Click here to contact us. It's supposed to be in H3, and website maintained by name, center number, candidate number, also in H3. Click here to contact us. Okay, dot, and website maintained by and the name and center number. Okay, these two supposed to be in. Let's start with this as H3, and this one also as H3. To have a look at the website, how it is, let's save it and let's go to the page here and let's look at the design. Okay, great. After that, save the web page, which we already did it, always to make sure you're pressing over Control S most of the time, and open the style sheet, TTSstyle.css, which is in our work area. Okay, it has only body background color to be light blue. Edit the style to use a wallpaper PNG image as a background image. So I will open it in the Dreamweaver as I'm all working here, everything I'm working it here. And we have to change, instead of the background color, to be a background image. The background image and we have to show it through the URL. We get to browse if it is out of the working area, but currently it is under the same working area, so it is showing over here. So that's the first point we need to edit. Using the most efficient method, add the following style to the worksheet, or styles to the style sheet, and all colors must be coded in hexadecimal. Okay, we're supposed to add all of this in the proper CSS style over here. So let's start to combine next to each other, make it, and let's start to write it down. So right now let's start to add the CSS styles over here. Let's start with the table, and we will need table, and another is going to be for the TD. So for the table, supposed to be first center aligned, and we can do this by margin left and right to be equal to auto, margin right also equal to auto. The cell width supposed to be 600 pixel. Cell spacing to be also okay. So no visible borders. That's the border style. It's supposed to be none. We're supposed, this is for the external, we have to mention the same point in the TD for the internal. The cell padding supposed to be 10 pixel, as most of the cell padding happens with the cell, so it is better to mention it with the cell or TD. So padding will equal to 10 pixel. For the spacing, we don't need to mention, it is by default 0. Okay, I believe that's all for the table. Let's move to the next point, which is H1, H2, H3, and lifestyle. Let's find if there are some common things. We can see that H1 and H2, they have both red color. H3 and list have blue color. So let's put some of the common things first. Another thing, you can find out that fonts here are the same requirements also in H1 and H2, and the same in H3, and the same for a list. So let's put this all common thing, H1, H2, H3, and LI. Okay, so we have all the common things, starting with those 4 to be font family, which is the first one we needed is Arial, second spelling correct, Calibri, spelling also correct, and finally sans serif. I'm going only to need, sometimes I'm going to need to put commas over here, and sometimes I'm going to need to put single quotation between some of the fonts if it has like 2 words, like Times New Roman, like more than 1 word, so there are spaces between them. Just to avoid those problems happen by spacing, we can put single quotation. Currently all of my fonts are with 1 word. Okay, so next let's choose the colors. So colors over here only combine here and here. So we can see in H1 and H2 we're having the color to be red. We can choose the red color, but we have to make sure that it is in the hexadecimal. Okay, what are other combined points? Neither the alignments. Let's look for H3 and list blue color, the points, and justified. Okay. As it is mentioned that all the colors are supposed to be in hexadecimal, so we have to make sure we're writing it in hexadecimal, not in the color itself in letters. So the color, and then we're done with this. Already mentioning we have the font size, which is 24 pt points. We're not supposed to forget to differentiate or put the units, whether pt or px or whatever it is mentioned. And the alignment is supposed to be text alignment, supposed to be justified. Okay, great. We got all the three common things. We're done with this, also this. I hope I didn't forget anything. Yes, we still have one thing left, which is the point and the center align for H1, and the point and the left align for H2. So we can mention this separately over here. H1, H2. So font size is, for the H1, it's supposed to be 36 point, and text alignment supposed to be center. Okay, let's copy these same points for H2. You only need to change the points over here. It's supposed to be, for H2 it's supposed to be 24, and here left. Okay, great. Let's save it. Let's carry on to the next point. Save the style sheet in that folder as TTStyle followed by the candidate number. Let's save again under .css. Okay, great. Now we got two. This is the one I'm gonna use. In evidence, place a screenshot of the style sheet in your evidence document. Make sure all the details of the styles are readable. Okay, we have to take a picture for this, but I have to make sure everything is visible so I can do and it's supposed to be posted as evidence too. Great, I didn't need to modify it. We're done with this, so we're going to the next question. Open the HTML file and attach the CSS file to this web page. To do so, we can go to CSS design, and from the CSS design we can locate the source and attach the existing CSS file, and we can look at our file and make sure that it is always with the link. Okay, this is the file, and attach it, and here we got it. It is clear whenever it got successfully attached, it appears at the top. So let's check our website. Okay, according to what I checked, that my font is quite big, so I found a mistake over here that H2 and H3 and LI, they all do not have the blue color in common. That means H2 was added by mistake. And one point also to note is that the point here is 14, not 24. Okay, let's save it and let's go and check in the website. Okay, right now it looks much better, and so we reached to this point. We have to put our evidence one more time, the correct evidence. That means I have to correct it after correcting, and I have to take the screen capture again. So I'm going just to crop it from here and then add it over here. After that we do the attachment and so on. Okay, and then create a hyperlink from the text here and click here to contact us, and go highlight over the word here and go to HTML. We can find more details here. Okay, here is the email link. Don't go to hyperlink, rather than go to email link. Text here, that's the email. Oh, sorry, that's the email over here. And then we need to add also the subject. So to mention the subject, we need to put question mark and write subject colon and put the subject over here. The sub's supposed to be support inquiry, and that's it. Just post it over here. Okay, let's check. Mail to the email, question mark, subject, and okay, correct. So we're done with this question. The evidence, take a copy of HTML source of the web page and place it in your evidence document. Okay, let's Control A, Control C, and so let's move to evidence number 4. Evidence number 4, open TTS homepage in a browser and then take a screenshot for it and make sure that all the browser window is displayed. Okay, let's zoom it and let's take a screen capture for it. To zoom in or out, we can use on the keyboard Control plus or minus to zoom in and out. Okay, let's take a screenshot right now. That's good. And then let's paste it in evidence number 4. Make it bold.